Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wrestling Bubble TWB. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment on this Night of Champions recap. I will have to start off. We had some interesting debuts, some returns, some shocking wins, some possible heel turns, and maybe a little tease of a babyface and a screw job. We're going to start Night of Champions with Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton for the final of the King of the Ring tournament. What's your thoughts on it?
Loved it.
Every last bit of it. Cody did some dirty moves. I mean, when Randy did the suplex off the turnbuckle.
Yeah.
And then Cody, yes. And then Cody, you saw Cody hit a quick knee jab into the lower back of Randy Orton. If anyone doesn't know, Randy Orton just recently had surgery on his lower back, so lower back, my bad. And he also have a metal plate to help keep his back, straight and everything. And Cody went low. I mean, I love every bit of Cody. When he even looked at Randy like, I had to do what I had to do. It was an accident. He didn't even apologize.
Look, excellent match and everything. I almost feel like the route Cody's going is, unfortunately, I am the guy that has to take down John Cena. And if you get in my way, if you're just another obstacle in my way, then I'll just take you down along with him. You know what I mean? It's like he's starting to realize that he has to do what he has to do. That's his destiny.
Literally, it was his destiny. He using the pole to stretch Randy's back out. Like, the crowd was basically booing Cody.
I mean, some of it was coming across heelish.
Very heelish.
But that's a man on a mission. He's doing what he's got to do. Because he's the only one that can do it, in his eyes. Cody believes that... No, Cody knows that he's the only one that can save WWE from John Cena. So, this is the new direction for Cody's character. You saw Randy Orton standing outside of the ring, watching Cody Rhodes. Cody even, gave a shout out to Randy Orton. I mean, is this a double-handed compliment type of situation?
Right. Like, in the eyes of the fan, he's this good guy, but really, he's like, no, I'm better than you. Like, just by the end of the match, when he won, and he didn't even, like, he's looking at Randy like, yeah, I played a little dirty, okay, and what? But this is important to me. And he barely looked at Randy like, sorry or anything. It was just like, they ain't disqualifying me. I mean, I'm winning. It's just, he was that desperate to win, to get to John Cena at SummerSlam, that he even went low enough to push Randy into the exposed turnbuckle, which hit him in the ribs also, with the Cody cutter in the end.
Cody's a man on a mission. He's doing what he's got to do. He is your new King of the Ring. So, next up, Michael Cole talks about WWE taking over Perth and Australia this October with SmackDown, WWE Crown Jewel 2025, and Monday Night Raw. We then get the Street Profits making an appearance.
No one cares.
I mean, I guess. I mean, they wrestled on SmackDown last night, so there was that.
Right. And then we have the story that never ends. Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez in a street fight. I would say this was Raquel's best match.
Raquel looked damn good in this match. I feel like this could be the beginning of Raquel having more of a solo career instead of just always being in a tag team.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, she was going toe-to-toe with Rhea Ripley, so
This is probably Finn's plan to break up the Judgment Day within.
I just wanted to show you how good you are without, you know what I mean,
Liv
Liv
Morgan, like
Morgan.
this is the show. Oh, he's up to some.
He could
But
spin that, yeah.
all we have to do is just wait. And then we got a little, so everyone already knows this match was just pretty much to get Rhea a couple wins, a couple reps in. Because if you know, Crowd Jewel is going to be in Australia. And who is from Australia?
Rhea Bloody Ripley.
Of course. So I'm pretty sure at that night, she's going to go for the women's title. Most definitely.
Yeah, I concur.
So that's, if it's not going to be anytime soon, it's going to be Australia. So of course, Rhea for the win. Honest, like I said, this was Raquel's best match. She literally dominated Rhea Ripley like she's supposed to. Rhea got a couple offense in, and
as that was happening, you have Roxanne Perez.
Yes, as we predicted in our Night of Champions prediction. You could go check out that video. Roxanne did interfere with Rhea. I'm pretty sure Roxanne and Raquel is going to be a tag team. That's where they're going with those two soon.
Even if they're not a tag team, which they probably will be, if they were just individuals, and it's like Roxanne's actually teaching her the ropes from a different perspective than Liv Morgan did, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And by the time Liv Morgan comes back, Raquel's like, I'm finally my own person. Ever since Roxanne steered me in a better direction, I've been able to do better for myself. Look what I've achieved on my own without you, etc. And then you come back, you're not even happy. You don't even acknowledge my accomplishments. It's still all about you, Liv. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Boom.
We'll just see about that. But we had a quick little WWE Evolution #2 vignette. There's really no build. There's no point in talking about it. And then we have Julie in the house because if anyone know, on Friday night, she beat Zelina Vega for the WWE Women's United States Championship, as she should. Thank you, Triple H. The next match was a disappointing match for me, was Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross with Scarlett. Karrion Kross should have won this match. He needed this match more than Sami Zayn did. I don't know if he's basically 1 foot out the door with WWE, but they screwed him, in my opinion.
Yeah, I really thought for character purposes and potential storyline direction, Karrion Kross should have won this match. It would have gave his manipulation of different wrestlers more purpose. It would have made it more impactful. The fact that he can get in his opponent's head and completely throw them off their game, and he comes in. It's like like an animal coming in for the final blow, and their opponent or their prey never saw it coming. Like, he's supposed to be presented more like that, where he's just cunning, like he's a predator. You know what I mean? And he's always kind of walking somebody into his trap. That's how Karrion Kross needs to come across. And a win here at Saudi Arabia, Night of Champions, this would have been huge for Karrion Kross.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the presentation, his entrance and everything, boom, they had it down to a T. The way everything came together, it made sense. He just needed a win. Was the match good? Yes, the match was good. It was a really good match. I think Karrion Kross showed you that, yes, I can have good wrestling matches. You know what I mean? Yes, his opponent was Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn usually can have a really good match too. But the fact is, if he wasn't a good wrestler, because you have to have a dance partner, right? If he wasn't a good wrestler, then this match wouldn't have been half as good as it was. So I think Karrion Kross definitely deserves better, because this would have meant a lot more for him than it did for
Yeah,
Sami
because it's
Zayn.
like, where do you go from here with Karrion Cross now?
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, cause like thinking, okay, is this did he not renew his contract or anything? Is this punished for him or something? Because this whole tease saying he wants Sammy to show his dark side and stuff. Karrion Cross should achieve to win for one, especially he's supposed to be this bad guy with his wife, and then we have Sammy looking at him all disgusted, and then Karrion Cross saying, "You see, sometimes you just got to play a little dirty to get what you need to get what you want." So it's like you continue that storyline because now that Sammy won, you have nothing planned for Sami Zayn, and you won't really have nothing planned for Karrion Cross. Unless Karrion Cross is going to attack Sami Zayn out of nowhere, sure, I guess. But he should have just won at Night of Champions, in my like end of the day. But now we have to sit back and see what's going to happen.
If they do not have any more backstage segments, promos, or anything, if nothing between them comes out of this, if it does not continue what this should have started, then this was all for nothing. This was just to shut up Karrion Cross and fans of Karrion Cross. We put him on a big stage. Are you happy?
Exactly. That was it.
Because if nothing comes from this, I mean, he's probably done. I mean, that's probably it for him in WWE if nothing comes from this.
I would say that would be booking's fault too, because they should have pulled the trigger to see how the crowd reacts when he cheats to win, beat Sammy, and continue the storyline. Because you know you're a good heel when the crowd is mostly booing you.
And you know when they're talking in the ring, and whether they're talking to the crowd or whether they're talking to their opponent, but their opponent in particular when they're talking to him, right? I feel like he's the type of character that should 100% talk and manipulate, get in his opponent's head in his matches. That's like tailor-made for a character like his. He should definitely, like, always be trying to manipulate and just outwit his opponent, playing mind games. And his character should always do that when he's wrestling, when he's backstage, whatever. You know what I mean? He's supposed to always be manipulating someone. And that's how he gets them. You know what I mean? But hopefully this is not the end of Karrion Cross, but simply the beginning. Because I thought he put on a really good performance.
Mm-hmm.
And this really made me more interested in Karrion Cross. This made me feel nothing for Sami Zayn.
No, at all.
So
okay, Sammy won, so.
Yeah, so hopefully they do something with him. Like,
just gonna have to wait till Monday night.
Yeah.
So we had a quick video back. This is a little quick video when the Royal Rumble for 2026 is gonna be, and you guessed it, at Riyadh, Saudi Arabia in January. Lord. I mean, the crowd was actually good. I will give it that, because normally they're pretty bland and boring. But we're going on to the next match. We have family versus family. Leader versus leader. Street Fighter versus the Werewolf. Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa for the WWE United States Championship. And I must say, you gotta fit. What did he say? All gas and no brakes. So get in where you can fit in. And you know what Solo said? Get in where you can fit in. You know what I mean? Solo for the win. What you think?
Listen. This was a good match. It was a good performance, I should say. It was a good performance. Look, for the people that say Solo can't wrestle, I don't know what you on. For the people that say Solo's boring, you're not paying attention.
I think he finally is able to just be Solo.
This guy, he has the charisma, like, to be the next star out of the family. And I feel like Jacob Fatu is more on the course of Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Solo will find it first. And then Jacob Fatu will develop into the next big star. But I
Yeah.
think Solo has it right now. And they're slowly like letting him show more personality, and especially he's got this group assembling, with Hikuleo showing up. Did they ever say his name?
Yeah, I think they did say Hikuleo.
Look, this dude is a beast. This guy, like, they got a giant Samoan now. I mean, the way he popped up and just yanked Jacob Fatu out of the ring,
like he was nothing.
chokeslammed him on the table, tossed him back in the ring like it was nothing. Yo, when they first panned over to him, I was like, yo, did this just turn into a shampoo advertisement?
Right.
Dude's hair was flowing. That junker was bouncy. All right.
I like that they made Hikuleo debut him dominant. JC Mateo is pretty much the one's going to be taking licks. And I believe one of the Tongans came back from his injury since Tongaloa came back. And he actually was able to get offense in instead of getting a lot of offense. Nah. JC Mateo, sorry, but you're the next one to take all the hits.
I need Tama Tonga back immediately. But him and Jacob Fatu were cool.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that's going to play out.
He's going to turn on Jacob.
Yeah. I
Most
mean,
definitely.
This is all about everybody that appreciates what Solo did for them. Because Solo brought all these guys in.
Exactly. So that's why they were showing all of them with Solo and none of them with Jacob.
Because he brought Jacob Fatu in. Nobody wanted him here.
Nope.
I mean, Paul Heyman kept saying it. Nobody wanted him. But Solo brought him in. And he said, Solo, I love you. And then he turned his back on Solo.
Lord.
Woo! Yeah. I think Solo is about to, if the creative is there, I think Solo's about to take off.
Yeah, and I most definitely believe that Solo and Jacob's going to have a rematch at SummerSlam. It's going to happen.
If they do, that's cool. I mean, where's SummerSlam going to be?
New Jersey.
New Jersey. Okay.
2 nights.
I need Solo to retain. Yeah. I need Solo to retain.
We'll see how they book it.
I mean, because it's, in a month, right?
August.
Okay.
So he'll have the title for a while. Won't be 90 days, but he'll have it for a while, though. I feel like
they probably will continue between them, and yes,
Yeah.
wrestle at SummerSlam. But I still need Solo to retain.
I feel like Solo should retain because it's like, there y'all put the title on him just to take it off, to put it on Jacob to do absolutely nothing with the title.
Well, the thing is, it's just like, I want to continue to see Solo's character develop, and I also want his group to be taken serious.
Mm-hmm.
Like, none of that clown stuff that they have Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed doing. Got Braun over barking in the interviews and stuff. Like, nah. You see how they got tossed around?
Exactly.
Tonight? Yeah.
It's so
come on, man.
I'm like, Lord Jesus.
Nah, I need this to feel like the bloodline.
So we have a new WWE United States champion, Solo Sikoa. So pretty sure he's gonna come out Friday night. So I'm looking forward to that promo going on. The next match we have is the finals of the 2025 Queen of the Ring tournament. Jade Cargill, overrated, versus Asuka, the return of Empress of Tomorrow. I hated this match. I don't like, man. Asuka is amazing. She is great in the ring. And seeing her back is like the best thing ever. The crowd loved every bit of Asuka. It was ridiculous. Jade was just getting booed and booed out of the ring to the point when she won. That crowd was crickets.
This is the beginning of Jade's single push.
And it's already looking bad, in my opinion.
Well, they're not as familiar with her. They know Asuka.
Uh-huh.
This was supposed to just be, a match that Asuka wins in front of them because they know Asuka. But Jade is just getting started. A storm is here. Okay? And she came out dressed like the character Storm from the Marvel comics. Yo, I thought like whoever put that outfit together, the whole look, they killed it.
Mm-hmm.
And this was a much better match than I thought it was gonna be. And I mean there wasn't. I didn't really see any botches.
No, not really.
I thought this
I'll
was.
give it that.
I thought this was a pretty clean match.
I just feel like the wrong woman won. Definitely could tell the wrong woman won.
You wanted to see Asuka versus Io.
Yeah.
True, but if Jade's gonna win, what's the bigger story here? Naomi and Jade.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Of course, we had Naomi coming out with her Money in the Bank briefcase, I believe, didn't she? No, she did not come out with it, Lord.
No,
I thought she did. I mean, that would have been great. But
That
it was
SmackDown.
a clean. Yo, yes, wrong.
Yeah.
But yes, it was a clean match. I mean, we're just gonna have to see how they're gonna book Jay from here, because pretty much, I believe, rumor was that she was supposed to have been a champion, but things happen. So let's see. She might be the one to beat Tiffany, and then Naomi might come and snatch it up. And
I think she's definitely gonna be the one to beat Tiffany.
yeah,
Yeah, cause Tiffy time ain't did nothing the entire time she's had that title, so they gotta go ahead and see what Jade can do. They gonna give her more time to talk on the mic, etc. So it's time to put up a shut up.
All right, Jade. So we'll hear more about Jade on Friday night. So this week, the New Day will be defending their World Tag Team titles on the line against the Judgment Day, and then Sheamus will collide with Rusev on Monday. Raw on Netflix will start at 6 p.m. because they're going to be taping Raw and SmackDown.
Right.
Because they're going to be off on 4th of July. Now we have the main event: John Cena versus CM Punk for the unified WWE Championship, undisputed.
Yo, this match was. This ain't had no business being this good. Now,
Shenanigans.
of course they did Yo, I hate when they spam finishers. I don't need to see 3 GTSs. I don't need to see 3 attitude adjustments. There's other moves you can do where they can tease a kick out, a 2 count. It doesn't have to be the finisher. The finisher is supposed to finish the match if you can hit it. If it's a submission, if you can lock the hold on. But the amount of kickouts on finishers, man, it's like I hate when it just really kind of like takes the effect away for the finishers. It's like it takes that many to do. Like to get this was supposed to be your bread and butter. You hit this, it's lights out. It's go home time. It's sleepy time, okay? That's my only complaint with that. Other than that, yo, the match was good. You already knew it was gonna have theatrics.
Of course,
we already called that.
Seth Rollins coming out with his goon squad and Paul Heyman carrying the briefcase, and then he sent his little goon squad, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, his little Tweedles. Man, I don't know what they're doing with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. It's like they're taking all the L's for Seth Rollins. Sorry, but
how can you both be the Tongaloa of the group? Yo, the no, we ain't gonna do that. Yo,
yeah,
my boy had that injury and still finished the match, so we ain't gonna do that. We gonna keep the respect on JD.
Exactly, but the JC Mateos. But anyways,
there you go.
So moving with that, of course, they got, attacked, whatever, thrown off the ropes like they don't even matter, like they're not big guys anymore. What really was a highlight for me is when Seth Rollins calling the ref to come down, and you see John Cena pretty much tackle, throw
Yo, all
whatever the
right. So
dude.
the referee Charles Robinson, you already
Sprinting.
know that ramp's super long. So this
Man,
dude out there just jogging. He's like, man, whew, better not trip. And I was thinking, man, it would be so funny if he just fell and started rolling down towards the ring. And it was like, as soon as I said that, John Cena just launches a shoulder tackle at this ref. He just completely went flying towards the stairs. It was so funny. It was like the perfect timing. I just thought that was like one of the funniest things on the show.
man, what's even more crazy is remember John Cena said he is a genius. You really think he already knew Seth Rollins was going to come out and cash in and then possibly screw CM Punk again?
You know, when he came out and he sent Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker into the ring, I was like, okay, cool. They got the numbers game. CM Punk, at this point, I think he took like 2 attitude adjustments so far.
Right.
And this dude's still beating up Braun Breaker and Braun Strowman, or Bronson Reed, excuse me. I got my bronze mixed up. But, I mean, dang, like, they couldn't even take out a beat up CM Punk.
Nope. It was embarrassing. Yeah, CM Punk pretty much dominating them. And then it takes Seth Rollins to get the upper hand of CM Punk. Like, what? Those are his goons.
Man, I thought we was gonna see a spear and a tsunami, and I thought at that point Seth Rollins would walk up and try and get the pin.
But John Cena said, "Not today."
I mean, and then yeah, you would have John Cena rip him off and say, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, he did.
Like that. At that point, that's where you get the "What are you doing" part.
Yeah,
that would make Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker much more impactful in that situation. Plus, it would also sell the fact that these two have been going to war this entire time, and for Seth Rollins to come out and pick the bones. So we still could have had Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker look strong in this whole situation. We could have had Seth Rollins being like this mastermind, this cutthroat, there's no honor among thieves type of character. And John Cena comes in, makes the save, because at that point, Seth would have had CM Punk beat, right, for the undisputed WWE Championship. But John Cena says, no, this was not the plan. And Seth Rollins said, what are you talking about? I do what I want. That type of thing.
Pretty much the plan was John Cena wants to retire with the belt. And then when Seth Rollins finally cashed in on whoever, Gunther, whoever's going to be the champion, he'll be the only champ for WWE. But instead, Seth Rollins want to go the other route.
Go into business for himself.
And do the undisputed world championship. Lord.
I think Seth's just an opportunist. He's just like, listen, that was the title that was on the line. Those two guys have been duking it out.
Right.
Let me go capitalize. So I feel like Seth's just like, you would have did the same thing if you were in my shoes.
John Cena retains though, which is great. But yeah, this is also to steer CM Punk back to the direction of Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman, and the rest. Because remember, at first he was supposed to be in the storyline with them, but then they just switched gears straight to CM Punk and John Cena out of nowhere. So this is just to steer that back to that direction.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad they did, because this was actually a really good match. This felt like a really big match. I did not think that they were going to have this good of a match. I was just hoping for a good match, to be honest. I'm sure everybody was hoping for a good match.
Hoping for a good match.
But this was actually really good. Like, for the run-ins and everything, like, aside from the Bronze getting punked out.
Yeah.
Aside from that, like, everything else was, it came together perfect, especially the ending sequence where Seth Rollins curb stomps CM Punk. And then John Cena sweeps in.
And
takes
also,
out Seth Rollins.
not just that, I also like how CM Punk thought John Cena was being a good guy,
Yeah,
shaking his hand.
when he shook his hand, right?
John
And
Cena's like,
and then
okay.
he hugs him, and then the camera zooms in on John Cena, and
Mm-hmm.
he's got that serious look. And Michael Cole's like, "Wait a minute, we've seen that look before."
Exactly. Elimination Chamber. But now this was a great match. It was actually a lot better than I thought it would be. John Cena and CM Punk are great dance partners. They did a great job in this match. And then the whole cash in with Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, you screw CM Punk again, mother sucker.
He's gonna get what he's got coming to him.
So we're just gonna have to wait till Monday night on Netflix at 6 p.m. But that would actually conclude our Night of the Champions recap. I will say this match, the pay per view was a lot better than I thought. I mean, yes, they could have used more championship matches, but it's hey, they do what they want. They would even consider a Night of the Champions unless they had two. All right. So it looks so cool. I'm looking forward to his title run. This is also to give Jacob a few like reps in too, to get the crowd back on his side. He's probably better as a chaser at the end of the day, to be honest.
Yeah,
I don't see him always to win a belt and keep it so long because it's like he's someone you have to find a storyline with, or he's just gonna get boring and stale.
well, I think also he needs more character development too. To be honest, I feel like that's why he already feels stale.
Yeah,
Because it's like, okay, you're doing the catchphrase because you're not really saying nothing besides it when he does cut promos, right? And we get the moves of doom with him, and yeah, we get nice theme song, whatever, nice nickname, Samoan Werewolf, but at the same time, he's not interesting, honestly. So I feel like this is the perfect opportunity for him to have different. They don't have to be super long storylines, but interact with other wrestlers on the roster and start to develop that character more. Obviously, he's going to have to settle the score with Solo Sikoa once and for all, and most likely that's going to be at SummerSlam, which I hope Solo retains. But, yeah, make me care about Jacob Fatu.
they make everyone care about Jacob Fatu. But I'm looking forward to Solo United States title run on Friday to see what he has to say. An introduction of what's his name, Hikuleo.
Hikuleo, yeah.
Yes, that dude is huge, but I love that it made him look dominant. Rhea Ripley, of course, beat Raquel Rodriguez, so we're just gonna see what goes from there. And then we also have Cody Rhodes as our new King of the Ring King of the Ring champion. And we also have Jade Cargill, the Queen winner of the Queen of the Ring champion. And once again, I believe that concludes our Night of the Champions recap. Go ahead and leave a comment if you did watch the Night of the Champions. Let us know what you think. Any possible storylines you think they're going to be building up from here, because they only got 3 weeks left until SummerSlam. So we'll just have to see what Triple H got cooking for us. Once again, this is the Wrestling Bubble, TWB.